Okay, getting started with the presentation in 4 minutes.
In my house somewhere, but the other one's at the gym right now.
Look up South Side. We're gonna get a picture for social media. Smile, Christina. Smile, Emily. Open your mouth, Emily. North Side. Okay, 6:16. See, I was on social media, and we're a minute late. See what social media does? Okay, let's get started by oogling the graphic that Val made. Actually, no. Let's get started by praying, and then we'll oogle the graphic. Okay, Jesus, I thank you for this production. I thank you for all the people here that are willing to serve and give their time because of the importance of the production like this, and frankly, because of how fun it is. And I pray that you would bless what we're doing, and I believe we've been listening to you as we're going along, and I pray that we would keep doing that in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, now let's oogle the graphic. Wow, I expected a bigger reaction. Glad I didn't make it. That's right. Yeah, I should have. Yeah. Okay. Everyone get a cookie? It's on my list. It's literally on my list to make sure everyone got a cookie. If everyone's got a cookie, go back for seconds. Okay. Yeah. And a hot chocolate, of course. I apologize if the hot chocolate is weak. Was it weak? Can someone confirm that it was weak? It's okay. 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 Oh, all right. What are we doing? Well, first of all, we're doing what we do every year. The mission statement that shapes every Christmas production we've done for the past few years has been that God would be glorified, that his people would be blessed, and that outsiders would feel welcome. So, well, it looks different visibly, it feels different every year. That, we hope and pray, is the same every year. Okay. So on that note, I'll take you through who the team is. I'm going to start there and what they're doing. And I'm just going to jump over to a different note. Okay, so first of all, we have Mary Abraham and Linda Audette. They are like the unseen important part of our team. They've already been emailed with like a huge list of prayer requests, and they pray us right from the start to the end. We actually don't see them until the end. If you've been in the production in the past, you know that the first night of the first show, they show up and they pray for us, they pray over us, and they pray over people that are coming, pray over Pastor Jamie, and then we all have a meal together. That's right, yeah. I tried to look Christmassy for you guys, but it's too hot. Yeah, that spotlight is too much. Okay, next, let's jump to the band. We have Nate Kordigica on drums. We have George Navoya on bass. I'm not saying anyone's names right tonight on purpose. Just so you know. Wait, Navoya's right, isn't it? Navoya. See, I knew it. Val's always telling me it's Navoya. It's Novoa. Okay. We have Steve Triana on keys and saxophone. We have Zach Seeger on rhythm guitar and Mike Haynes on lead guitar. Vocalists this year, Dave Pearson, Dina Senior, Rudy Chavez. Is it Chavez or Rivera? Is it Chavez? Okay. Okay. Ruth Price and Mike Haynes. On kids choir, we have Emily DL and the Faith Kids. The list of kids are going to be yet to be determined. So. Set design and props, Jacqueline Humby and Garrett Humby are returning in full strength. They did an amazing job last year on almost no budget. Stagehands this year, so far, are Wendy Fairnix, Bryson Humby, and Maddie Humby. I think Bryson and Maddie were maybes, I'm not sure. But okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. Air high five. Also, I just got a text from Dave's wife that Rose is interested, so, but her name didn't make the credits. Still need a background music operator. So this year decided, remember the background music that we play to kind of keep the mood of the play going? I want to dedicate one person with a script in hand to run that. That is ChatGPT's version of what a background music editor looks like at a Christmas play. So, of all of us, I think, he looks the most like Matt, who's just not here. He just... All right. Well, he's probably playing happy music then. Okay. So drama, our drama team, our head writer is Dina Senior, as she was the past few years. Our director coming on board is Ashley Porter. Let's welcome Ashley Porter. She's coming on board. Assistant director, Jeanette is back. Let's welcome Jeanette back. Terminator is back. And Dina is staying on as director's consultant, meaning she's in the room while we have the room. And she wrote the script, so it's really easy to consult her. The cast, we have a narrator still needed. I'd hoped to get David Boyd because if you remember 2 years ago, he did an amazing job, and we basically wanted him to play the same character as before. He denied. He declined, unfortunately. Pardon? Yes. Pardon? No, he already told me like why he can't do it, and it's not. He's done at Bethel like mid-November. Edna Strickland is being played by the lovely Janet Topa. She's right there. Garrett Humby is going to play Sid Carrington. Who cares? Kind of sounds like a Care Bear name. James LaFontaine, who's up in the cafe, is playing JJ the DJ. Shirley Piper, who I don't see, is playing producer Robin. We are featuring Pastor Jamie as Pastor Jamie and introducing Austin Keenitz as Kevin 11. All right, moving along. Oh, yeah, that is ChatGPT's version of what a narrator for this play would look like. So if you know anyone that looks like that, ask them if they'll be in the play. But yeah, it does, actually. But to be honest, actually, I thought of someone this afternoon who I think might be almost as perfect as David, and I'll let you guys know how that works out and who that is later. Wardrobe, hair, and makeup. Wardrobe is going to be by Vanessa Milley. Hair is going to be by Christina Prokhorov, and introducing Christina Prokhorov as a makeup artist as well. So, same person, fun fact. Yeah, well, we definitely do this year. Yeah. Promotion leads are Val Calcagno, Mike Haynes, and Dave Pearson. Did I say that right? All right. A lovely tech team, the unseen heroes back there. Wait, online production videos, Mike Haynes, Senior Dave Pearson. Camera and media director, Pam Navoa. Camera 1 is Kyra Hansen. Camera 2 is John Spider-Man Skinner. Pro presenter is going to be Alexander Vieira, fingers crossed. Switcher is going to be Pam Navoa. Lights is James LaFontaine. And sound mixing by John Marsbar. Mars left. So yeah, camera and lighting. Just so you know, like only the one service is going to. Sorry, not camera and lighting, just camera. Only the one service is going to be live streamed. Basically, Pam is going to be doing a lot of calling the shots back there, following along the script, saying I want this shot, I want that shot, and they're going to be used to what they're doing at that time. John is coming on board. Let's give John a hand for the first time this year. He has a load of experience, and he's going to be doing deep sound checks for us, working out bugs in the system with the wireless units, and assisting me in picking out wireless units as well. He's like, I am? Yes, you are, John. Oh, and this is a picture I took of James last year. I definitely didn't run it through ChatGPT. James, if you can hear me, you're looking great, man. There's no AI. I just took a picture last year. Yeah, good lighting on the tries there. The music, Dave and I have been writing the songs. Dave's mixing them, and Dave is mastering them, and he's doing a fantastic job, and you'll hear some of that later. The schedule, let's move on to the schedule. So let's look at the handout. Actually, I didn't grab one either. I'll grab you one. Let's all just think about James' muscles while I'm grabbing that. All right, so I've tried to color code this and organize it as best I can. I'm just going to run through it real quick. We can ask questions about it later if we have questions or concerns. So Wednesday, October 1st, that's today. That's production. That's everyone. So Teams in the middle says all details. So I've set up the template for the schedule for you. Our next meeting is Thursday, November 6th. That's a band practice. That's the whole band, the first drama, script read together, script in hand, practice whatever Ashley decides. Tech will be there, sound, lights.
Set design, just scoping out layouts is what I kind of imagined. This can change, like the details can definitely change. This is just sort of like a rough draft of like what I imagined based on the past couple years that we'll be doing on that particular Thursday. Just about every date in here is a Thursday, as long as it's a rehearsal, just so you know. Thursday, November 13th, second band rehearsal, and we're just gonna work on 4 songs. Second drama rehearsal, script in hand, no stage hands. The tech that'll be there are sound and lights. Thursday, November 20th, we're gonna have the third band rehearsal, 4 songs to be determined. Third drama rehearsal, script in hand, no stage hands. Tech that'll be there are sound and lights. By the way, Ashley, if you decide that they should have no script in hands, that's up to you. That's just, again, just based on what we've done the past few years. Thursday, November 27th, fourth band rehearsal, all songs front to back. Fourth drama rehearsal, script in hand. Tech that need to be there are media, sound, lights. They're practicing media cues. First night with wireless rental units. John? I did put that in there. Set design, I'd like it if we could possibly put pieces in place just for testing purposes on the 27th of November. I know it's a little early, but Thursday, November 4th, first full run through. If you weren't a part of the production like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, then you wouldn't know that there were loud cries for more full run-throughs, because we might have had like just 2 or something like that. So I think there's 4 full run-throughs, so that's the first of them. As soon as December hits, we're into full run-throughs. And that first full run-through, we'll need hair, makeup, and wardrobe. That's all in beta mode. Stage hands are also in beta mode. The tech, it will be the first appearance of the camera and switcher, but everyone who's been there up to that point will be there, and they'll need to practice camera shots and cuts. And first time with finalized set design, hopefully. Thursday, December 11th, second run through, full show, followed by debrief. So as we go along, I'm just know that when we're doing these full run throughs, they're gonna get less and less interrupted. It's okay that they're pretty interrupted like the first week, and then a little bit the second week, and a little bit less the third week. And then afterwards, we always do a debrief if you can stick around. There's certain people that need to stick around, and some people, it might be an option for you, and everyone's welcome to stick around. We just debrief, and then we take notes so that we can come at it the next week even better. Yeah. It's important also because if you're not here and there's notes for you, that's just like an extra task for me of like making sure you get your notes. And if there's like, 8 of you that aren't here, then that means like I'm reaching out to 8 different people, giving them notes. That Thursday, December 11th one, I'm still looking at that second run through. Hair, makeup, and wardrobe in beta mode still. Stagehands in beta mode. Tech, second appearance of camera and switcher. Wednesday, December 17th. Notice that's Wednesday, not Thursday. So this is the start of 5 nights in a row that we're going to be at the church. Third run through, full run through, full dress rehearsal. Friends and family are invited, followed by a debrief. So this is, we don't want to go nuts and invite the whole world, but we want to give ourselves a test audience, see how the laughs are working. Yes, exactly. Your most gracious friends and family, see all the music sounding and things like that, and just even if you know someone in the production world too, maybe invite them out, because maybe they can say, "Hey, John, turn up Mike's guitar," like, because, or whatever a professional sound person would say. Probably that. He'd probably say that. Thursday, December 18th at 6 p.m. This is like my favorite rehearsal because it's a full run through. We don't make the kids come to it, and we're just like in sweatpants, whatever's comfortable, pajamas if you want, maybe a nightcap. We're just working out the kinks, just nailing down like the final things, and having like a really relaxed rehearsal really helps, because then we had like the high pressure dress rehearsal the day before, and then we have high pressure of show starting the next day. So then 19th is the first show. That's the Friday night. Asking people to arrive at 5 because Mary and Linda are going to pray for us, and we're going to eat a meal together. Show starts at 6. We're going to have dinner buffet style. And then 20th and the 21st, you can arrive by 5:30, and shows at 6. It's probably going to be an hour, 10 minutes this year. And just a note for the tech that that's the only performance that's live streamed and the only one where we will require camera and switcher. So Pam's going to have her hands full that night.
Can I give one comment?
Yeah.
The 19th or 20th,
Yep.
probably still be here running cold. She called.
Yeah.
And like after we get to the third one, they'll be running through the motions and not.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Yep.
It's better to call it cold and then when you're hot, you've done it twice by then. It could make a huge difference for them instead of one-time shot.
Right. I'm writing it down. I'm not ignoring you. Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that assuming the 21st it'll be a hot run, but I do the 19th and 20th as cold ones.
Yep. Well, and I can't even say that it's based off last year. It's partly based off last year, but it isn't in the sense that we had camera people here because we utilized the camera by having like the contestants run down and they were shown on screen. Yes. Okay, so let's get into the concept. Fear not. So it's taken from various instances in the Christmas accounts of Scripture where people were told to not be afraid or to fear not. So Zechariah, he was John the Baptist's dad. When the angel told him, "Do not be afraid, your parents or your prayers have been heard." Mary, I should still be on this one. Gabriel told her, "Do not be afraid. You have found favor with God." Joseph, the angel, told him, "Do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife." The angels were told by an angel, "Do not be afraid, I bring good news." So Pastor Jamie will be preaching a sermon series in December called Suddenly, and the subtitle of that sermon series is Fear Not. So when he wrote up the synopsis for that sermon series, he wrote, "God's message of fear not is not just for quiet nights in Bethlehem, it is for the uncertain and dangerous moments of life too." So that's sort of the message of the play, of the production. It's the heart of it. I'm just checking things off my list. Okay. So we decided to bring this concept into a modern context. Well, almost modern. Our play takes place in 1984. And why the 80s? Because if you choose a time from the past, you can portray and narrate it with great hindsight and therefore insight. It comes across as a lesson that is not ongoing but cemented and well established. That and Dave happened to own spandex pants. So on that note, I'm going to have Dina come up. And Dina wrote the play, and she's going to give us a synopsis of the play itself and the characters.
All right, so this is I have the synopsis of the play, and I'm going to break down all the different characters and kind of a little bit about what they're all about. So, as Mike said, our play takes place in the 80s at a local Christian rock station, radio station, and they play Christian rock. All of the songs this year are original, as Mike already said, and they all have a bit of an 80s flair. And there's lots of sort of little jokes and little Easter egg Christmas nuggets in there too. There are 5 main characters, but 6 if you count Pastor Jamie, because he's actually kind of a primary character in the play as well as giving the message. So Kevin, JJ, Sid, Robin, and Edna, and then Pastor Jamie. So, synopsis of the play. Edna, the head of the radio station, has always hated Christmas for a long time. She's been vocal about it for years, and all of her employees are a little afraid of her every time Christmas comes around each year. She's gone to extremes in years past to show her disdain for the entire holiday season. Sid, one of the DJs at the radio station, is her nephew, and he, more than anybody, feels the fear of the sting of Edna's Christmas wrath every year. But something's different this year. Edna's actually being nice. And she even makes a big announcement about a Christmas party on Christmas Eve. And all the other employees are a little baffled. But they're not complaining. As the play progresses, we find out why Edna has seemed to turn a new leaf. And then her and Sid make amends in the end. Spoiler alert. But yeah. All right, so who are our characters? So we got Edna. Edna is the head general director of K-pop 93.3, and she has been for many, many years. All of her current employees like and respect her, but at Christmas time, they truly fear her because she turns into the Grinch, Scrooge, and Jack Frost all rolled into one. We will only see the angry, spiteful side of Edna in video clips that we're going to play up on, that we're going to pre-record and play up on the big screens here. So we're only going to see the mean Christmas Edna pre-recorded. Where did I go? Oh yeah, and then, but the current Edna that we see live on stage, she should be authoritative, but she's nice. Like, yeah, she's not mean Grinchy Edna on our stage, just on the screen. So Sid is Edna's nephew. He knows that she started hating Christmas after his Uncle Rob died. And that's Edna's husband. Sid's not a very big fan of Christmas either. The other DJs like to pick on him and even have a segment on the show called Make Sid Squeak. He's a little bit nerdy, but he's well liked among his coworkers. Kevin is the new guy at the radio station. So he's like fresh faced and eager to please and just really, really excited and happy to be there and be a part of everything. It's kind of been his dream to be on that radio station. He has never ever had the mean Edna experience because it's his like when we start the play, it's basically his first day. So he doesn't know mean Edna. He doesn't have that fear that everybody else has. So he's really, really confused when like the employees need to explain to him how much Edna hates Christmas, and then she walks in and she's being super nice and being like, hey, we're gonna have a Christmas party. And he's like, I thought you told me she hated Christmas. So that's Kevin, the new guy. And then we got JJ, our other DJ. He has been at the radio station for a while. He and Sid would have been hired around the same time. He's like a loud, happy-go-lucky, fun-loving guy. He loves pranking people. It's a big deal for him. That's why he pranks Sid all the time. Pranking Sid happens to be his favorite just because Sid makes this great scream every time he's scared. Robin, the producer, and she keeps the two morning shows running smoothly. So that's Sid's show and then Kevin and JJ's show. She keeps them running, keeps them in line. She's smart, she's a bit sassy and cheeky, and she knows how to hold her own working with a pile of young men. So yeah, that's all of our characters, basically. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And oh, there's Mike. I was like, and Mike's has gone away. But yeah, so that's about it in a nutshell. Yeah, lots of fun radio stuff and 80s stuff. And yeah, all back to you, Mike. Oh, did you have something that was supposed to be on the screen?
The battery died on the transmitter, but we'll get through it. Okay. The show will go on. So the other major element that makes up the show is the music. So we are once again doing an all-original soundtrack. Each of the songs will be performed on the stage like you're watching a live band that's in the band. Each song is going to be its own band, in quotes, and it's going to be like you're watching a direct parody of an 80s group, or at least a loose parody or an 80s cliche. The songs that we play on the radio by the DJs, the band will be present, but seen as if in the audience's mind's eye, if you know what I mean. So, in other words, the characters in the play are not going to see the band. They're going to say, here is such and such a song by such and such an artist, and we're going to come forward and play, and they're going to carry on with very minute movements, like a song is playing on the radio and they're just going about their business, right? But the audience, the actual live audience, will be being entertained by the music. The songs and the artists are as follows. You know what? Let's go through that later. Yeah, let's go through that later. So let's jump ahead to the stage. Oh, sorry. I should mention too. In addition to each of like the songs that we're writing and producing and performing, Dave is also producing some background music. We're producing our own original background music this year. And if and when we have a background music operator, this gives us a chance to do sort of timed effects and things like that. And Dave's also writing a theme song, like an intro song for the show/movie as it is. The stage, set and props people, it's going to be a simple set, and it's going to probably rely heavily on props, like we talked about having like, Dave's got like a ton of tapes, like cassette tapes. It's 1984, so that's likely what we're going to have up there on display, and possibly some vinyl records as well. I wrote down a bunch of things. I'll have a couple tables with microphones, hopefully on booms to make it look like a radio station, headphones, office chairs. The props that we'll need, we're going to have big signs up on the stage that say like CPOP 93.3, The Heat. That's what the name of the radio station is. Then we're going to create posters of the artists. Quick run through the artists' names: Medina, Rudy Jackson, the artist formerly known as Dave, Michael W. Haynes, Wise Men Without Hats. We will also have giant amps on stage, again, coming from Dave. Thanks, Dave. So the band, we'll have a band with 5 singers, and the band is not likely going to do any wardrobe changes or anything like that. But they're going to sort of be static and just stay up there. They're essentially going to look like 80s cliches. Zach on guitar, George on bass, Nate on drums, Steve on keys and sax. Steve will probably come forward and be a little more dynamic. The drum cage up there, that's going to be taken away, and we'll be using Nate's electronic drum kit. Nate needs it to, which is very 80s. Nate needs it to practice on at home, so as soon as he brings it here, we will dismantle the drum cage, take it off stage, and use Nate's kit on Sundays as well. So Nate's going to be up on risers. Just so stage decoration people know, if we need, we can place the other musicians on risers as well. Until when Nate brings his kit in, we're going to rent a decent electronic kit like we did in 2021 and set it up just for rehearsals. The singers are likely going to be going through various wardrobe changes since we're playing different characters, essentially. Wigs might be a necessity. I don't see Vanessa here. Is Vanessa missing? Yeah, it's too bad. Wigs might, I don't know. Yeah. I shouldn't have said Vanessa when I said wigs. I should say Christina. We might need wigs. I don't know. They might be a necessity. So there's an important part of the presentation now that I have to just run back there. And take like 30 seconds. You're still going to hear me, but you're not going to see me. All right, we're back. First of all, Val also came up with this one. Here is Garrett as Sid in the studio. All right, so the song Funky Merry Christmas. Dave wrote this song. It's a really funky, catchy song. You're gonna hear it later, honestly. The stage performance is gonna be based on a loose parody of Prince. We had to give Dave a name because he can't be Dave, right? So he is going to be known as the artist formerly known as Dave. I honestly, yeah, I don't understand. Like, look at that face. Does that look anything like Dave? Because I actually put this picture into ChatGPT and asked it to turn him into Prince, and this is what it gave me. So. It does look like Prince. A little more muscular, yeah. Okay, some of these songs I don't have too much information to divulge yet, such as this Untitled Kids song. I believe we're going to call it the K-Tel Kids Christmas Band, and they're going to be selling their music. Essentially, they're going to be selling on the radio these kids' Christmas songs, and then they're going to perform one of them. I actually had ChatGPT take a picture of our kids from last year and give them all this huge 80s like hair, like these huge 80s perms and stuff, but I didn't want to show it because I was like, well, what if someone's here and their kid's up on the screen and they don't want their kid up on the screen, so I just didn't. But no picture to go along with that one. Next song is called Get Along at Christmas by possibly the Jesus Culture Club. I'm not really sure what to call it yet. It's a loose parody of The Cure, if you're familiar with The Cure and Robert Smith. But I just went with the Jesus Culture Club for now because it's a more recognizable name. So there's me, and I'll be turning into Robert Smith. Michael Juice. Christmas Day by Rudy Jackson. That is the name, right? So this is gonna be this might steal the show. Just heads up. Just spoiler alert. This part might steal the show. We're gonna have poor Rudy up there. He's gonna be in a red leather jacket. He's going to be moonwalking either very poorly or very well, and either way, it's going to be amazing. And I'm really sorry about what ChatGPT did to you, Rudy. But that's... little bit, right? Yeah.
He's like a Punjabi Michael Jackson. He's a Punjabi Michael Jackson.
Spoiler alert. I ran out of credits on ChatGPT, so I wasn't able to create AI images for everyone. And then I opened the Google version of ChatGPT, and I ran out of credits on that too. So, yeah, I don't know why he's not wearing the glove. It's wrong. He looks like Kmart Michael Jackson. But All I Want by Def Shepherd. If you remember last year's Christmas play, Dave Pearson was in the Christmas band. I'm struggling. Jacqueline, what was the name? You painted the sign. The Christmas Crooners. Yes. And he left the band due to creative differences and started his own Christmas band called Def Shepherd. So essentially, he's playing a Bon Jovi type character. So there's Dave as Dave, and there's Dave as Bon Jovi. So. This one is another one that I'm not, I didn't put a bunch of information out there for you yet, but we're going to be doing a song called The Nervous Dance by Wise Men Without Hats. Just know that it's going to be a very 80s sort of synthy pop song. Think Men Without Hats, Safety Dance, and Ruth is going to lead a dance for that. I know she is. Next song is going to be Holy Birth by Michael W. Haynes. And if you know enough about me, you know that my middle name is William, so while it's a parody of Michael W. Smith, it's really just my name, Michael W. Haynes. So there's Michael W. Haynes, and there's Michael W. Haynes with Michael W. Smith-esque hair. Kind of works. Last but not least, did I not get... I gotta get Ruth up there, sorry. We have That's What Christmas Does by Kenny Yuletide Loggins featuring Medina. Medina is being played by Dina, loose parody of Madonna, and there we are in As You Know Us, and there's us performing our songs. There's me as Kenny Loggins, and there's Dina as Madonna. And what else do we have? Talked about wardrobe. Questions? Okay. So let's leave him up there. Give me a second. I'm going to show you something. I did have one more AI picture. There's Ruth. Go, Ruth. She's Selena. Here I come. Sorry, Garrett. So essentially, the wardrobe, there's going to be a lot of wardrobe changes for the singers, more than I definitely anticipated when we started this process. So we've got Robert Smith, Michael W. Smith, Kenny Loggins, Def Leppard, Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson. New. No, okay, did that one. The wardrobe. Oh yeah, okay, this note was more for Vanessa, but I don't see her, so I'm skipping it. The wardrobe overall is likely going to be, this is an important note, it's going to be a mix of Vanessa finding and making things, and us bringing in things from home / purchasing things if we desire to wear them. Now, here's my thing. I would like the singers and actors to come to Vanessa with an idea of what they'd like to wear based on their character. But just as much as I definitely need the singers and actors to consult with Vanessa, because rather than just like showing up and just whatever you want, we have to remember that Vanessa is the head of wardrobe, and it's her job to make sure everyone's clothes look cohesive and tell the story well. So we just need to respect that. Same thing goes for hair and makeup as well, which is being headed up by Christina. So apply all those same things to Christina. Like don't shave your head the day before the first performance, Rudy. Yeah. So I figured most of the questions are going to have to do with wardrobe. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they have to do with the schedule. And then we can move on to talk about promotion. So questions of any kind, not just about wardrobe. Janet.
I haven't given her a specific age, but I kind of figured.
Janet's 16. I said Janet's 16. Yeah. Good question. Any other questions? There's got to be some questions. Just ask it. Yes, Rudy, you have to moonwalk. Yes, John. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Dave is writing the stingers as well. Yeah. I just forgot to mention that. No, Dave. That's John, sorry. Yeah. Nope, that's Dave. Dave's writing all like the background music and foreground that's not songs. Like, yeah.
And all the background music will be themed like it's an 80s sitcom. It'll be like Full House, Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
The only thing that'll have lyrics potentially is the intro theme.
For example, like if you watch Full House, just about every episode, Danny has like some sort of sit-down sentimental moment with his kids where they've learned a lesson, or with Uncle Jesse or something like. So we'll probably do something like that with Sid and Edna at the end, but not to the point of ruining the moment of like destroying the message, but enough that it keeps the feel of 1980s, right? Sorry, Ruth had her hand up first. She beat you. Sorry.
I won't be here on November the 6th.
Okay.
I'd love to join online, but it'll be 3 a.m. where I am, so.
Ice excuse. Let me just make a note of absences. So, Ruth, you said November 6th?
Yeah.
John, you said December 11th?
And sorry, Pastor Mike, on Thursday, the November 13th,
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Yep.
I'm hoping I'll be here on time because I'm coming straight from the airport. So.
Okay. November, what was the date of that one again? I'm not looking at the schedule. 13. And Janet, you said the 27th? Okay. Any other absences that you know of right now? Okay.
Might not be here for November 6th because of work inventory, but everything else is good.
Okay, I'll just put you down as absent, and then if you show up, it's bonus. November 6th. If you're in the play, just know that means you have to study your lines harder. Same thing goes for musicians. Christina, what was your question? So we'll have to. I'm going to defer to you on that because you're the head of hair. You're the head of hair. Yeah. You are a head of hair, Christina. So again, like if you think what I had in mind, and you can change this, was if you think it's something that we can do at home, you can come up with it and kind of like tell us what to do for that moment, right? And then we can, if it's achievable, we'll do it at home before we come, or we'll do it here when we get here. Or if it's like you're like, no, I have to do that to you every night, then do that to us when we come here. Yes, yeah, and I'll supply the products for sure. Yeah. That was for me, yeah. When I play in Def, I'm playing lead guitar for Def Shepherd. It's a really cool gig. Yeah. I'm gonna put that on my notes.
I do have a top hat. It's got sequins on it, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just.
You know the purple jacket that he's going to wear? It'll go perfectly.
I pulled up my leather snakeskin pants for this.
Okay. Someone had a question over here? Janet?
Okay, worst case scenario, Edna's very, very sick the night of performance. Is there someone who's going to be able to step in? I've always thought about that.
An understudy.
We could do Martine.
I'll tell you our strategy every year when we've done that is Mary and Linda praying that away. I'm not even kidding. That's what they've done. The worst we've ever had, I just have to say, was Dave's voice last year. In terms of significance, we've had people not show up because they were sick. Yeah, I would say like the second worst that we had was 4 years ago. Our bass player got COVID and didn't show up for any of the performances. Thankfully, we had bass guitar in the track, so like those are some pretty bad ones. But yeah, honestly, just have faith in Jesus. If we absolutely needed an understudy, I'm sure Ashley would jump in or something. So yeah.
And I think for your character, we're going to pre-film those scenes. So obviously we still have a video of you being mean. I would almost make it that like if you couldn't be there, we would have to write something in where the DJs are like, oh, I just got this letter from Edna. It's in the mailroom. It says I'm having a Christmas party this year, kind of thing. Or something.
Because it might be confusing if Edna's on the screen as Janet, but on the stage as Ashley. Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. So I think it's probably easier. Yeah, 'cause we have the film.
We don't have the time for that. Yeah, I'm just saying it, we don't.
Worst case scenario, 'cause I've often thought of that when, you have a beautiful production like this and what if?
somebody could be walking around with a clipboard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It won't look out of place.
Yeah, that's true.
We could have someone, like I said, random person come and deliver mail, and then it could be like, oh, there's a letter from Edna, and she says,
Emily the mail lady. She's ready to step in. She literally is. So, yeah. Questions? More questions? I guess I under-anticipated how many questions there would be about wardrobe because we've talked about wardrobe so much behind the scenes already. Okay, so back to my notes. Make sure I don't miss anything. So as you can see, a lot of thought has already gone into like all areas of the play, and the biggest area left for brainstorming by far is promotion. Just speaking frankly, we need butts in the seats. If you've been in the production the past few years, you know it's like an excellent production, and we still fulfill the mission statement. So I'm not saying we don't do that. We fulfill the mission statement. It's always amazing. But when we look out there, there's way too many empty seats. We're only doing 3 performances. There's no reason we can't fill the room all 3 times. Some people come back twice, sometimes 3 times. So as far as promotion goes, social media is basically covered. We're doing the typical social media posts as well as music videos, promotions of the album that's coming out on Spotify and the other streaming services. We're doing reels with the actors, which actors will be in touch about that. Reels with musicians will be in touch about that. What we still need are creative ideas to get people here. Yeah, sure. Careful, because you're going to end up having to head it up. So word of mouth is huge. Tell as many people about it as you can. All your friends, all your family, people that live in other towns, literally. Like last year, I drove to other towns and put flyers up in like other churches and things like that. So invite as many people as you can. Dave also has some creative ideas about promotion that he brought at the beginning of the year. We need action though. So if you come up with an idea, or even if you didn't come up with an idea, just be willing to like take on a task. There is no one promotion person, although like the tasks that have been created have sort of been assigned by like me, Val, or Dave, or Dina apparently. But be ready to share the load of the task, because that's something that we all need to be promoting. And then I'm gonna hand it over to Dave for a bit.
With promo,
Yep.
are we doing, I know it was mentioned in the past about getting business cards or tickets, whatever you would. It's just that when you invite someone, it means something. When you invite someone and hand them 2 business cards,
Yes.
they have a physical reminder. So is that something we're entertaining doing? Yes. Okay. Right, and we could cost it out if it's cheaper to do it local at Pelham Printing, or if it's cheaper to do it at Vistaprint, whatever. Even sometimes doing it at Vistaprint and doing the small postcard and then cutting them all in half because you do a dupe and then you get twice as many for your $1. I just figure the idea of someone, when you invite it, everyone, all have a stack of them then. And then you just keep inviting, but when you invite, you give them something physical to remind them. They stick it on their fridge, they put it in the visor in their car. There's just a better chance that you're going to get a response.
Is there anyone that feels like they can head that up? I can help anyone that heads it.
I'll coordinate with you on that, Dee. And price it out as business card, and also price it out as the smallest postcard and cutting them in half, because then it's twice as many. Vistaprint's been the cheapest that I've found often.
Sometimes they have really good sales. So
slice them.
In half. It's on photo paper and stuff, but it's pretty cheap too.
Well, if Dee's going to run with it, you get a bunch of prices, different options of doing it, and then we'll coordinate on its layout.
Then tell me, I was gonna say, tell me, I'll price out the stuff first, and then, figure it out. I offer staples, I find it.
Did you get this lands in promo advertising? Did you get my text that I sent you today about the title? About slightly massaging the title? Okay. So basically what I suggested was, because right now it's called Fear Not, and that was basically the name. I think we should call it Fear Not, a 1980s Christmas tale. Fear Not does not sound like a Christmas production, so we need that tagline in there. And then the idea of a logo becomes a little bit easier. I have 3 or 4 in mind. I can create a logo, and then I can forward it to everybody that's doing anything with it. I do foresee having a background like Val created, but where that Fear Not is in the thing, just leave it empty, and then when our theme song ends, the Fear Not would pop on. That would be, so blank, her background would be clip number 1, and then clip number 2 would just, you'd have the word Fear Not over part of the logo, and then clip 3 would be the full logo, so we can do it on shots of the theme song, so it's like the start of a sitcom then, and we can just use it, because I doubt we can animate, because I don't think any of us have time to animate a logo. If I gave you a logo broken into pieces, you think you can animate it? Well, I would see like the beginning of a sitcom. So the triangle would fly in, and then the word "Fear Not" would pop on top. And okay, well then Dee and I will coordinate on that as well. Because if we can have something like really 80s, really sitcom for the beginning, it could be a real punch to start it off. Perfect.
I don't mind. I can do that kind of stuff in Canva too. I'm comfortable with Canva as well to do that.
Okay. All right.
What about getting into Christmas parades?
We need to find out when they run. I know Niagara Falls is the biggest one in the area.
Yeah, Niagara Falls is usually the first one of the season. Welland is usually the first Saturday of December. Yeah.
Pulling off a float is a big job. That's like, okay.
No. But and then if we had like tickets and signs, like we could hand them out.
Do you have to, I'm just going to ask a stupid question. Do you have to pay to be in the parade?
Okay, so sometimes, but a lot of the times community events will get in for free.
Then I would suggest all we do is we have 2 people carrying a banner that has the name of the play, and then 2 people from the play handing out those business cards. Then you have to walk the route of the parade. And it won't be the artist formerly known as Dave, because he wears high heels like Prince does, so. Interesting.
Or like I was thinking like if we had a truck or even like a truck pulling a trailer, and then have like a couple people playing just like generic Christmas songs, but maybe like in an 80s kind of style, and then have other people walking and handing out.
Well, the one thing that's nice about a parade, you only need one song. It moves slow enough, but if a song is 5 minutes long, you're past those people when it reloops. You just have one song going over and over again. It's a really cool idea, but I will say it will take a bit of work. So if we're going to pull that one off, it would be something we need to find those dates immediately, because you need representation, you need a driver, you need to somehow dress it. So it's a big job, and we might want to see if we can find someone outside of the people in this room to be assisting with that, because the people inside this room already have full-time jobs on this. Exactly. So yeah, someone would need to do the research immediately on that one.
I can,
Check.
I got,
I know that the one that happens in Port, I don't know if it's a parade or if it's just a night.
Iron is always a very popular one.
Yes, because I've heard people, I've never been, but I've heard people talk about it saying it's fantastic.
Yes. I skipped Guernsey. And they actually have, over at the Ceramic Society, they put in, a float. Yes, there's
Like actual spots? Because I know actual spots, because I had an advertising agency a long time ago, are very expensive. Like extremely. So I'd be curious to see what they're willing to do. Like some ad campaigns are like $15,000, $18,000, $20,000. And if we've got 20 grand, there's better ways to spend it than a couple radio commercials. I'm sorry? Yep. I know not-for-profit definitely gets treated differently than for-profit when it comes to radio. But yeah, so Neil Boron, that's WDCX. So if you have WDCX and Giant, if they're willing to do something, and not-for-profit might not mean anything at WDCX because 80% of what they deal with is not-for-profit. But with Giant FM, part of their mandate is to be connected to the community, and usually it's through not-for-profit events.
We're already going to be on Giant FM at Christmas time.
Yep.
Pastor Jamie is going to do what he's doing in the play, which is
The little message. Right, perfect. The cool thing about Giant FM is it is played in like 60 or 50% of retail locations. A lot of retail locations within the Niagara region have Giant FM as their background.
The one thing I found last year is a lot of people that like church attraction too. Yep. They also thought that different types of communication
right.
So even just having something state free or whatever. Making sure
So kind of like on all of these things, like on the card and on the radio spots, that needs to be a key phrase. It's free.
free admission.
Yeah.
Admission is free to come and come anywhere.
Yep. Wendy.
Yeah, Johnny had some business cards made up. Got 200 of them for $30 from Vista.
Okay.
And it wants.
And the more you get, the cheaper they are.
Yep.
I know that's how it is with Vistaprint.
Oh, well, it's 200 of them for $30.
Oh my goodness, no! I think you need 2,000. Yeah, you need thousands.
If you invite 5,000 people, you'll get like 500.
No, for the nickels it costs, you get thousands, not hundreds. And I would think you need more like 4,000 or 5,000. 850 times 3.
Isn't that an old number with the reviews, the extra reviews?
Oh, you might be right. It might be 730. It might be 730 times 3.
I would order 2,000.
You have to realize you're going to get anywhere from a 10 to a 15% response. So if you need 1,500 people and you're getting 10 response, you need 2,000.
And also, we could get Pastor Jamie to tell the congregants on the Sunday to pick them up and pass them around. So then you've got 400 people here. Let's say, even if 1/3 of them take 5 each, you've got at least 500 people.
Yeah, and he should be doing that on
He'll be,
December, what is that, the 13th?
13th or 7th.
Yeah, December 7th.
Because, yeah, because
I know this much, with Vistaprint, buying 2,000 cards is going to cost $190 or whatever it is. And buying 4,000 is going to cost $220. And if you get 10,000, it's going to cost $15 more than that, because the first 500 are where all of the cost is. After that, eventually you're paying like a quarter cent. It's like when you go to Disney, you know, it's $1,000 for your first 2 days, but it's $2,000 for 10 days. It's the same thing with the business cards. More the merrier. Exactly. And I would rather be handing someone 4 because we have too many so they can hand them out than handing them 1 because we're trying to nickel and dime a bunch of business cards. Yeah, I know, like when I have the Christmas tree lot at the Seaway Mall, everyone that comes in, I will hand them 4 cards. So I'm selling 700 trees, so technically I need 2,000 cards.
also,
That's right. I will hand out 2,000 cards in the month of November, December.
also the power of sharing on social media.
Yes.
My friends aren't your friends. Well, we all do have a lot of mutual friends, but we also have friends that we don't know each other. So if you see a post, share it. Like just
I was pitiful last year. I never shared anything.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Anything that's high traffic. I'm thinking about high traffic, like Rose City Pizza has like 200,000 people walk in every Friday. It's a great space to have one. It would be interesting to get a couple 1117s done up for places like Rose City that allow us to put something up. It's larger, it's a little more bold. We'll get that logo on everything. Big, bright, neon.
Logo and our address.
Yeah? Sure.
Is it also possible to get like a smaller version of the flyer? Like for example, when we go for walks, I would drop some off at blocks.
We could
Ooh,
do
wow.
that too.
Direct to mail is a great idea. It's just extremely time consuming, but that's a great idea.
Anyone want to get you stamps every single night? So we just take a different pack of stamps.
Yeah. She means postcard size, so it'd be like
Just make just so it fits.
they're 4x6 or 5x7 is so you get 4 out of one of those.
Or would door hangers work better? Yeah. But if you get the stuff now, we could do door hangers, ask, I know in the past, the youth have passed out in the neighborhood that way. So we could, and Clare Avenue around there, we can ask Seamus to do that for Friday night.
It could be interesting to contact all of the high school's drama department who's in charge of drama and just let them know that to tell their students who are into that kind of thing that there is a full production taking place with all original music. You might end up with a handful of high school kids who are into drama that might want to check it out. I know in the past, years ago, when we did that, we actually had a couple drama teachers contact us and saying, hey, I'm thinking about bringing my entire class. And it actually worked out really well. We ended up with like 30, 40 high school kids who came out because of drama classes. I know that Crosley and Centennial in the past have had pretty good drama departments.
What about Niagara College?
Yeah, I don't know if Niagara College has something directly connected, but it would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have the radio program.
Yeah, yeah.
Crosley. Oh yeah, that's true too. No, Notre Dame. She's local. She just calls it Dame. That's a lot of great ideas for promo, guys. That's awesome.
What if at the Christmas craft show, if we just had like people up with just have something up where people can like rotate through students.
So I will do this one.
Yes, I know Robert Woods did last year, they had a team. I was too. No, so we could do
Like a little advent.
I have.
Ask Val and Jeanette.
And Jeanette, oh yeah, Jeanette, I could.
Jeanette, it looks like we're putting a table on.
November the 20th.
Yes.
Actually, no, it's the 13th, because we sing.
Right.
Right, we sing.
Ooh, are you saying to pass out flyers after their show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do.
So I'll give two other suggestions that are promo slash related. The nights of the performances, those doors should be closed and guarded until we want people in the room. I don't want people coming in 15 minutes early and 20 minutes early. They stay in that friggin' foyer until we want them in the building. And when they come in, we should have the back areas blocked off until they're needed. You should have people ushering people in. We should keep control of exactly where they are so it seems more full. You fill up the areas, then you fill up the next area, then you fill up the next area. No, it's terrible. You end up with 15 people in that corner, 20 people here, 15 people here, and then you end up with spaces everywhere. When you go to normal theatrical events, they force feed where you sit, they control it for that reason. That's right. Exactly.
Because in this room, 200 people looks empty in here. You can have 200 people and it looks like nobody is in here. So,
But if you control where they sit, it makes a huge difference.
Oh, we need to engage the 15th
yeah.
for those days too.
Are we also gonna have like the postcards available out there like after service? Like you can just say like, you know, help us get the word out?
But in December, I think,
Seven. The first, yeah.
in the church, every single Sunday, we should be telling people we're gonna have postcards in the back, come up, give them your friends.
Yeah, we can't say it enough. Like literally, you can't say it enough.
And it just can't be a video announcement
Yeah, as soon as we have the stuff, we got to start.
because nobody listens to the video announcements. Let's be honest.
I do, Val, I do, but I
But it's
know.
hard to remember, like, you know, write the date down right away when you're listening.
No, verbal is best.
Yeah, I also am a huge proponent of we say we start at 6 and we start at 6:10.
Yeah.
Anything logo-wise, I'll do it PNG, transparent background, so you can drop it over anything. Whenever you're talking promo and trying to convince a business owner or someone to let you put something up, not for profit, full production, original music created and recorded from local, all local. Those are the points that will get us in the newspaper, get us on the radio, because it's an interest point, and they're always looking for interest points. That is another thing we could try for newspaper if we create a press release, all original music and everything else. You almost need to write it, and then they'll just tweak it and take credit. But if you write the press release,
Talk to Betty about it.
yes, and because they're always looking for something for the entertainment section, because let's be real, we live in Niagara. There's not a lot going on. So if we could have something big and dynamic sounding, if Betty's gonna run with that or someone's gonna run with that, if you push it past me, because of my advertising background, I don't have the time to write a press release, but I can tweak one.
Same with the city of Welland.
Yeah, Niagara this week. Sometimes too, like if we were to invite like Niagara this week or the Welland Tribune to come to like get a glimpse of a rehearsal, then they could. Yeah.
Why don't you just get Kosher Folk to come in and do something and put it on the TV? We do that with the Robert Wood Singers.
It doesn't have to be a church thing. You don't have to use those words. You just call it a Christmas production. You don't have to give them the full disclosure. They called it, what is it? Innocent as a dove, wise as a serpent. Get in there, get your advertising, get out. Yeah, and that's the angle you take it. It's content created by local, full recording, Christmas production. You don't have to talk about the evangelism. We'll just give them that anyway. You said Betty is familiar with that a little bit?
With the press releases, yeah, because she's done it for outreach. Talk to Betty.
Before it goes out, let me see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as songs get loaded, we can give Spotify links and you'll be able to hear media and whatnot.
And then we can have people sharing the event.
Does anyone able to create lyric videos? Well, the reason I ask is it'd be cool to take two of the songs, and we have two songs that are virtually complete now. If we can create lyric videos in time, we can use that as a promotional item as well. Because if we do one for Funky, we do one for That's What Christmas Does, those songs are virtually done now. Right. Well, and it helps that they're both done. They're both upbeat, fun songs.
Yeah, when I used to have the bakery, we paid for promotion on Facebook and Instagram. It's not, yeah, not too expensive and it's all over the place. And also, it's a lot of groups of people from Niagara Falls, people from St. Catharines, Korea, wherever. You can post the production, all these groups, and it's tons of people there, like thousands of people there. You're gonna see that.
In the end, the best promo will be there's 30 of us or so involved in the production. Technically, the best thing we can do is convince 5 to 10 people to come, and we will fill a night alone just by doing that. That's the best thing we can do. And everyone that you talk to, make sure they're talking to someone. Because no one can sell it better than the people who have invested their time and talent into it.
You know what I like about that? Like I think I'm the only Christian at work, okay? And so I think this would be great that I could hand out a ticket and say, come see this. So then they see the church and they may get interested. I want to go see what her service is, right?
And also, like, people will look for things like this at Christmas time. Like, people want to see, and it's free, even better,
Yeah. And because it's so, like last year I came on the last night and I said to Mark, my goodness, you missed something so fantastic. Like, you gotta come to this one, right? Well, you will now. But anyways, yeah. I think people just be interested in saying, oh, this is what this church is all about. I'd like to sit in a service, right? Yeah. So.
This is a vision cast, so we'll be all right.
I think the promo, like, lost my train. But everything should be cohesive.
Yes.
So everything should look the same. I'm not offended if they want to run with something else. I don't get offended. That's right.
Yeah,
So
we,
then
we,
it's like,
we,
are
ne- we need all
coordinating?
print advertising to
Yeah.
look the same as the set and screen is going to look. Yes. Correct. And then we'll use that on everything.
So I don't know if that original Fear Not is what you wanted to use for anything, but if it's not, then I'm not offended by it.
Correct. Yeah. We'll talk after. Yes. Yeah, I'll get that done in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Start with Jackson.
Rudy's song's up first. So
Do you want me to intro it?
Is he gonna sing it?
So the first song we're gonna hear is the song that's being written for Rudy Jackson. So it's basically a Michael Jackson themed song. It's not a specific Michael Jackson song. It's more like 4 of them all over the place. So what you're gonna hear right now is literally just the music. There are no vocals. So we want to play that one first because it's the least done. But you will definitely get a feel for the white sparkly glove.
Get a bite of what's going on.
Moonwalk.
I gotta get my fancy shoes.
Why don't you get up on the stage and try right now?
Here we go. have to get your down.
No, as soon as Pastor Mike told me about it, I started watching Michael Jackson.
I love
I
it.
need to get in the.
You get in the zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a good zone to get in because he's one of the greatest entertainers to ever live.
For me, he's like, it's not. This is not the greatest Christian thing to say, but Michael Jackson is amazing.
Yeah.
No, he's.
What's next?
I can picture like myself at the end, just throwing the hat, you know.
I feel like we need a fan too, where you like put your arms out and it's like blowing. And you're like,
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
of course, yes. I'm so excited.
So for set design, do we
big
need a
challenge.
car to blow up too?
Yes.
So pyro.
I'm extremely
Not
shy to
everyone's hair gonna
dance or
set on
whatever. I
fire.
don't like that.
No hair fire.
If we do pyro, it's going to be a surprise.
But he take it too far.
I don't know. What do you want to hear next?
It doesn't matter.
You guys want to hear the big opener or the big closer next?
All right, this one is the artist formerly named as David, so it's a funk song.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's a big funk song. So.
Here we go.
Some wait till Christmas Eve.
going to be a fun one. It's going to be like such a good opener, too.
Yeah, that's so fun. It's gonna be for sure choreographed backup dancing, backup singer choreographed moves. They didn't know it was you. That's so funny. You fooled the dogs. I love it. You know that's a good costume win.
As long as it's stupid, I can do it.
We'll keep it simple, but it'll be effective. Yeah.
No, that's for me. It's gonna be like I don't know what I'm gonna do honestly.
Interestingly, Val offered this afternoon to be a backup dancer. So
Nice try. Not gonna happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Lucky for you, Dave, Rudy's gonna have to do more heavy lifting than you in dancing. As Michael Jackson was more known for his dancing.
He's the
than
greatest
running.
dancer in the world. He was the greatest.
Yeah, yeah.
here comes,
He had his guitar to hide behind though a lot of the time, whereas Michael Jackson didn't play guitar. So
I'm an alligator dancing like.
I can show you a few moves that you can use that won't be hard.
here comes the closer.
My vibe is even worse like this.
official meeting. You guys are welcome to stick around and chill, eat some cookies, ever talk more.
For Spotify, when is everything getting released?
Don't know yet.
Ideally November 1st.
Well, November 1st might be stretching it.
Yeah?
Um,
I like to push things.
I understand. Me too. Why?
Especially because that's when people start playing Christmas music. So if not by then, hopefully the day after Remembrance Day, the 12th.
Yeah, well,
Is
like
that the 12th?
mid-November is more realistic, although, yeah, Dave and I are rushing, so.
12th.
Yeah.
The 12th of November.
Although, to
is
be fair,
ideal.
Mal started listening to Christmas music.
Well, that's
July.
valid. Well, I've been writing this thing since July, so I mean, I've kind of been in Christmas mode too. So, but like, I mean, we want to release it as soon as possible to for the hype.
Oh, I
for
agree,
it.
I agree, yeah. With you. Songs need to be familiar too, as much as possible.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to make a music video for that one. I feel like I don't know if you already have a vision, but I have a vision of what I think would be cool that I think we could easily do.
Or just elements,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And I think we should just film it on this stage,
right.
honestly. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna.
Cool.
Okay, this
Dina,
meeting's done.
I have a question about the script.
Yeah.
It's just a minor thing. The first thing, when I'm singing about my
That'll be pre-recorded.
they do, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. There's a bag that breaks. But then there's the thing.
It's not a bag breaking. No. Because he's
Paper bag.
singing, you hear people paper bag crumbling. That just means
Oh, that's
you're
just
getting
me.
a sandwich out of a bag. So it's like a sound effect of you like grabbing your sandwich.
Okay.
And then you scream because you find a spider in your sandwich. So it's the idea that you're like, la la la,
Oh,
getting
okay.
my sandwich,
Okay.
take it, I'm gonna eat it, blah blah blah. Like, you
Oh,
know,
okay, because I know that they did a spider later on, so I just got them off.
No, they just like to, they know you're scared of bugs, so basically a lot of their pranks are bug related pranks.
They can
So-
bugger off.
That's right. That's right.
No, okay.
And I think when
Because that really had nothing to do with anything because, like you said, I knew it
we're
was
gonna pre-record
recorded.
that too. So yeah.
Beautiful. I just have to work on different screens.
Yeah, and make them as like I don't like as squeaky and as high pitched as you can, but it should be the same scream every time because that's the idea is that they just love when you're scared that noise you make. So you and Ashley can come up with some kind of fun just as long as you repeat it. See you tomorrow, Emily.
They don't get us.
They are on my list.
It was after she came out, her client's like 80 something, you're basically immobile. And so she was out to the garage. So she came out and she didn't.
Like I'm 37 and everyone's way older than me or a baby.
And I think the daughter was 14 at this point. So my mom was on the phone calling the daughter to just tell her the truth. So then,
All right. Well, I will count on that. I will check them out.
she's trying to figure out what's going on.
I know. I'm trying to go through like their last night. I'm gonna ask Andrew like
Video with the girl.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
And this was on Thursday, so I went off
Yeah, I know, because I think we had 21 or something like that last year. Oh, I know, it's always like that. I would say, like, yeah, maximum 20. I know Mike said the more the merrier, but yeah, you're right. As soon as you get to, like, definitely more than 20, you're like, okay, this is too much. Even just trying to get them situated on the stage. I remember last year, I was like, this is like, I think I spent a half an hour just trying to figure that out. Like, while they were not here, I was staring at the stage like, how are we going to do this?